Hey guys, today we're gonna be drawing Sonia, like I kind of promised, I guess, in my last video. So let's get right into it. Why do I like Sonia so much? You could say, for me, she's a love at first sight, because when I saw her in one of those trailers that Pokemon released, I think maybe it's a direct, I'm not sure, but when I first saw her, I'm in love. I'm like, she's gonna be one of my favorite characters in this game for sure. I think part of it is because she's a redhead and her hair is like a really prominent part of her design. And of course, I love redheads. That's like my favorite color of hair, I think. Speaking of her design, I love every single part of her, like her overcoat, her heart aesthetic, and the colors they chose for her. You could say her colors are kind of complementary colors because orange is opposite to blue, and you could say her sweater is kind of bluish and her pants is sort of this muted blue. And I think it goes really well with her orange hair and her brownish yellowish coat. At first, she might look like a popular girl or something because she's so pretty, you know, those stereotypes. But she's actually the biggest nerd. She wrote a book, she took over the professor job. Spoilers, I'm sorry. Also, her personality is kind of goofy. You can see that a lot in the post-game. And speaking of that, she is like the most precious being in the post-game. Like that scene, if you know what I'm talking about, maybe you can look it up. I think it's a meme by now, but it's that scene where she is like typing really fast in the phone to find something, and it's so cute. And I drew her looking kind of seductive, I don't know, but I just want to address this. In my headcanon, that's like her selfie face. Actually, she's like a really goofy person, a really silly person, but when she takes selfies, she put her serious face on. She's like really serious about her selfies and stuff. She strikes me as that kind of girl, you know? Oh, and you can see here my struggle with the sunglasses. Oh, I hate drawing glasses so much. Not just sunglasses, glasses in general. I hate them so much. Why? Let me tell you about it. Well, first you have to get past the hurdle of making the two circles, the two eyes, equal and symmetrical, and that's just, I can't do that. And then you have to struggle with the transparency of the glasses / sunglasses, and I've never been able to figure it out. Like, I don't know the technique of doing it. I don't know how to do it. You have to order the layer correctly, and you have to erase anything that overlaps with your underlayer. It's just a mess and it's complicated. But then when you get to drawing sunglasses, you have to deal with the problem of the color of the sunglasses. You know, those cool ones that are pink or orange or blue or whatever, you know, those kinds. And I don't know how to make it look like a certain color without making it look weird. Like, okay, I can't find a happy medium between making look not that color and making it look really stiff and be like, oh, I just lowered the opacity. If you draw translucent things a lot, you know what I'm talking about. Lately, I've been using the blur tool to help with my shading, and I've been debating this in my head. Does it make my art look cheap? Because, you know, using the blur tool, if you don't use it correctly, you can make it kind of look like you just used the airbrush tool, which you should never use for shading. I mean, you can use it if you want, but don't just use only that brush. Use other brushes to make the shading look more dynamic. I used to be one of those artists because I come from acrylic paint where the colors are able to blend into each other really smoothly and seamlessly. So I thought the airbrush would help me accomplish that, and it just makes my art look really amateur. And this voiceover just somehow turned into an airbrush rant. I'm sorry. I would like to be able to do a digital painting one day, so I think the blur tool would help me get there, because by using the blur tool, I think you could learn where you should put the harsher shading and the softer shading. So I think I've talked enough in this video already, so I'm just gonna leave you to enjoy the rest of the speed paint. And as always, thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate all of you so much. And hopefully I will have another video up soon, so I will see you then. Bye!